Alright, welcome everybody, and it's time for another episode of Biggest Winners and Losers. Of course, I am your host, Alpha Heavy Gamer, and we're going to talk about the Wind of Change update. And what we're going to do is take a look by nation and see who made out good and see who didn't make out so good. Alright, so we have the new kid on the block. Israel is finally here with their brown tech tree, and several long-awaited tanks have finally arrived, namely the Merkava Mark IV-M. It's just gorgeous, and of course, it's the first tank in the game. They have the trophy hard kill APS, which I can't wait to use myself. I've been waiting for this tank for a while, so I'm pretty excited. But you can't forget tanks like the Magok 6B, the Galvatesh, which is kind of a super M60 to me, so if you love M60s, the Galvatesh is for you. And of course we have the Shatkal Gamel for Centurion lovers, also a very gorgeous looking model. Overall, Israel made out very well this patch. I mean, it's a new nation. You can build some pretty good lineups. I'm looking at it so far, just initially, with very few gaps in capability. Of course, we already had the aviation tech tree, so you can finally put that fixed wing cast to use. But the good thing is, you already have close air support in the form of a premium AH-64 P-10. And unlike when the Chinese tech tree came and you didn't have SPAA with missiles, the Israeli ground tech tree comes with the Machbet, which is a Stinger missile equipped and gun equipped SPAA right out of the box, so no worries about that. Going forward, I think the Israeli tech tree is only going to get better. On the aviation side, Israel did get the F-34F premium this patch, but you're probably better off leaving that one alone. Alright, so next up is Germany, and well, do I even have to say it? The Puma IFV is kicking butt really hard right now. It's so overpowered at 8.3, I'm not sure it's going to stay there much longer. The survivability of this thing at 8.3 is just out of this world. I mean, it's fast, it has armor, and it has a rapid-fire 30mm cannon with 121mm of pen. And oh yeah, it also has a APS system, soft kill, but still has one. What else do you need with Germany? Well, this patch, if you needed a premium, you got the Term 3, and at BR 8.0, it looks to be pretty good. And of course, Germany got two really good planes this patch as well. The MiG-23 MLA and the Su-22 UM-3K, which are very much needed to fill out German aviation at top tier. Alright, so USA coming in at number 3 this patch with the mother of all close air support planes. The US finally got the A-10. If you've been living under a rock, players, myself included, have been waiting for this plane forever. We did get two versions of that, one for the tech tree and the other one is premium, which I think was a pretty good decision by Gaijin. And it also had the effect of making them loads of cash. For World War II era lovers, the US got the B-26 Marauder, which looks to be a pretty cool plane. I'm a fan of the A-26 Invader, so I think this will play kind of like the Marauder, and I'll like it as well. The US also got the LAV-AD, which is a pretty fearsome looking SPAA that slots in right after the M247. Alright, so Sweden's up next, and it did exceptionally well this update, picking up an entire helicopter tech tree. Gaijin got me with this one, as I expected China to get a helicopter tech tree before the Swedish did. But anyway, the prize is the BR 10.7 AHS Apache. Sweden also got the Mi-28 Havoc at BR 9.7 as a premium. Sweden did test these helicopters in the 90s, but ultimately they decided not to go ahead with acquisition. But in the video game world of Warthunder, Sweden now has two viable rotary wing cast options to plug a capability gap that has existed in the tech tree since inception. Sweden also picked up the STRV-105, which was added at BR 9.0. It comes with thermal sights and a laser rangefinder. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. Alright, so China did alright this patch with some pretty interesting vehicles. For starters, China got a high tier premium, the ZTZ-96A prototype at 9.7 that seems pretty good. You can check out my full review on this tank if you're interested in picking it up. China also got the ZTZ-88A for the tech tree at BR 8.7, which is good news. The 8.7 lineup ground-wise is looking pretty strong for China, and Gaijin continues to fill it in. But most players were excited for the J-8B. The reception has been kind of mixed though, because the J-8B lost the PL-8 infrared all-aspect missiles it had on the dev server. But it's good to see China get a top-tier aircraft added anyway. Okay, so another long-awaited vehicle has finally arrived. Britain got the Black Knight, so hopefully the Teoboos are very happy about that. Although it's just a basic Challenger 2, armor-wise it does have the Iron Fist, Hard Kill, Active Protection system, which is pretty good, so we get another one in the game. And this tank is something I'm very keen to experience for myself. My Britain grind is kind of slow, but I'll get there. Now, Britain has 3 tanks at 11.0 now, which are very viable. So British top tier lineups overall, in my opinion, are looking very good these days. Alright, so Russia is the last and the biggest winners. Usually Russia gets lots of toys, but this time they only got the T-55 AMD-1, which is a T-55 with a hard kill APS. So another vehicle with a hard kill APS. It is down at 8.3 though, so this is going to be pretty interesting. This is probably going to be pretty good to run along the premium T-55 AM1, which is also at 8.3. I haven't tried the T-55 AMD1 yet on the live server, but I'll get to it. I think the AMD1 can end up being a beast, especially if it stays at 8.3. So a good pickup for Russia. Alright, so I hate to do it, I really do, but France is the #1 biggest loser this patch. France took a lot of L's this patch. For the F1C, really, which was highly anticipated by the player base, it turned out to be pretty lackluster. Now, Gaijin might be triaging that plane right now. I heard that it got some slight buffs to its maneuverability. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will. But you can check out my full review on the F1C. But let's just say it needs work. It needs some work. And if all it got was maneuverability upgrades, I think it needs more than that. I think this is just another stain on French top tier jet progression right now. So thank goodness, though, thank goodness, that France also got the B-26 Marauder, right? Alright, so I'm being sarcastic there. But for tankers, maybe it's not so bad, right? France got the ELC BIS, which is a tank destroyer, put on over on the tank destroyer line. And it's now in the game if anyone cares. It's a light and fast tank destroyer, so maybe it'll be fun. I don't know, I might not find out for a while. Alright, so over to number 2, Italy, yes, it finally got the F-104 ASA, but look at what time it is. It's very late, just like the F1C. I know it has AM9Ls, which is a good thing, but this doesn't make up for the neglect, and they still just got another F-104. That airframe is obsolete at this point. I made a video on the many alternatives Gaijin could have picked, but instead they delivered another F-104. I know I'm sounding ungrateful, I know. I mean, I'm going to grind out the ASA anyway, and I'll be flying it. I'll do a review on it. I'm still happy about it, but I'm disappointed at the same time. They just got that, just now. Alright, so up last here is Japan. You know, they kind of got left crying in the corner again. Japan doesn't really have much more to add, so they took the hardest L this patch. They didn't get anything for air or ground. But for all you naval lovers, at least the IGN Congo is here. But there's still some vehicles that can be added for Japan outside of naval. The Kawasaki OH-1 helicopter is still out there as a possible addition. But honestly, anything new is probably going to be relegated to fixed-wing aviation and naval. At some point, you know, we could get more Type 10s with the different armor packages, different levels that they have. I think there's at least 2 out there. It is something, but you know, Japan kind of really got shanked this patch. Alright, so those are my rankings for this episode of Biggest Winners and Losers. Let me know what you think, though. Let's get the conversation started in the comments section. What do you think about the list? Would you have rearranged them, or do you think they're just about right? And thanks for watching the video. You know, if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing if you like the video. Go ahead and like it. And if you are a subscriber, maybe hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I put up a new video. Alright, thanks again. I'll see you in a future video.